Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Sraya Saliha binti Mama Ismail from section 710. Today, I would like to present to you about verbal bullying. Verbal bullying is when a person uses words to hurt someone else. It can include name calling, teasing, insulting, or making fun of the way someone looks, talk, or act. Unlike physical bullying, it doesn't leave bruises, but it can still hurt a person's feeling and lower their confidence. Furthermore, I would like to share my experience as a witness of this problem. It happened back in high school when I saw my friend go through verbal bullying. At first, it was just small remarks, but soon, some classmates started calling her names almost every day. They laughed at the way she dressed and even mocked her voice whenever she answered in class. I could see her trying to hold it together, forcing a smile that it didn't bother her. But deep down, I knew it hurt. There were times when we sat together at the canteen and the bullies would pass by making loud comments just to get her reaction. I remember feeling angry but also helpless, not knowing how to stop it. Still, I made sure she never sat alone. I stayed by her side, talked to her, and reminded her she wasn't alone in facing it. Eventually, I gathered the courage to tell a teacher about what was happening, hoping it would make a difference. Seeing my friend go through that taught me how cruel words can be, but also how important it is to stand up for someone when they needed it most. Why does this happen? First and foremost, family issues. The bully grows up in an abusive and neglectful homes. Their parents usually use harsh words and hurtful words. It makes them sad or even angry. That's why they choose to express it to another person to make themselves feel better. Next, power imbalance. They use strength, status, or influence to control others. In my case, the parents of the bully have a really high status in the government. Because of that, they felt so powerful because they have a backup for everything they did, either good or bad. The theoretical perspective related to verbal bullying is conflict perspective. Conflict perspective is also known as social conflict theory. Many sociologists use the social conflict approach not just to understand society, but also to bring societal change that would reduce inequality, where those in power maintain control and status by putting others down. Back to my topic, the bullies maintain their status by putting the victims down with harsh words, insult, and teasing. This creates inequality in the classroom and even in the school, where the bullies feel superior while the victims are made to feel so small and powerless. Just like the society, these perspectives show that bullying is not only about personal conflict, but also about maintaining control and dominance. Last but not least, one solution to prevent verbal bullying is the introduction of a national anti-bullying policy. The government can create strict laws and national guidelines to address bullying, ensuring that every school must have a safe environment for the students. Then, the Minister of Education can design programs, providing funding, and train teachers and counselors on how to identify and handle cases of bullying effectively. Lastly, school can implement these programs by organizing awareness campaigns, setting up anti-bullying committees, and creating safe channels for students to report bullying without fear. Teachers and staff can also run regular classroom activities that promote respect and kindness among students. To sum up, verbal bullying hurts deeply even without physical scars, as it lowers confidence and creates inequality. Rooted in the issue like family problems and power imbalance, it reflects how police use control to feel superior. By uniting efforts from the government, education leaders, and schools, we can build safer spaces where all students are treated with respect. #SayNoToBullying. Thank you!